close look at this picture, and can anybody tell me what you think this is a picture of? Who is that person? What do you think this is?
A soldier.
A soldier, good job. Okay, so in our military, there's several different branches. There's like the Army, the Air Force, the Navy. So there's different branches, but if you want to take a guess, what branch do you think this soldier is in? Do you think he's in which branch? Human? You think he's a veteran? That's a good guess. Well, what do you think he may be in the Navy, the Army, one of the four? What do you think, Grayson?
The Navy.
The Navy? That's kind of what I thought too. I'm not really 100% sure, but that's what I thought too. Okay. Their uniforms look different if they're like in their formal dress. Like this is obviously a formal dress, but their uniforms look different. If they're just like out in the field, like in battle and stuff, then his uniform would look different. What else do you notice? Let's just talk about things that you notice about. What are things that are on his uniform, and what is he wearing? And Cameron Ames, what's something you notice?
A tie.
What?
A tie.
A tie? He's got a tie on. Jacob?
Medals, badges.
He's got badges. That's
Medals.
Medals and badges, yeah. Anaya?
I know that he's got a white shirt on.
He's got a white collared shirt on. That's good. Okay. John? He's got a hat. It's kind of a funny looking hat, huh?
That's what they're supposed to do.
That's what they're supposed to wear. Okay, that was a good job, okay? One more, Jacob.
I can see those little things on his shoulder.
Yeah, he's got these little
Braided.
The
way he's standing.
How is he standing? That's a good observation, Tim. He's standing at what? Miss Nunn was talking to you
His
about.
position.
What was his
Position.
Well, he is in a position, but what is his
Motion.
Starts with an A.
Soldier.
What's the word? What's the word?
She's standing at attention. Good job.
He's like this. He's like this.
Okay, sit down.
Oh, how about like this? Or he's going like that. Why? He's a fine.
She showed you different pictures and you had to give her a thumbs up and a thumbs down.
Yeah.
So we're going to do kind of the same thing. I'm going to show you different pictures, and what this is all about is we're trying to figure out what is a veteran. And next Monday on November 11th, there's an important holiday called Veterans Day. So we're going to learn we're going to try to figure out what is a veteran, and then we're going to figure out what do we do on Veterans Day. So we're going to start, and when I show you pictures, if you think it is a veteran or it has something to do with a veteran, you're going to salute. You know how soldiers salute? So if you think it is an example, you're going to salute. If you think the picture is not an example, you're going to give a thumbs down, okay? Okay. So remember, we're trying to figure out what is a veteran.
This is.
Do you think that is a veteran or not? Okay, I see lots of people saluting. That's good.
He's turning around.
And yes, that is a veteran.
But you guys
What about this? Do you think this has something to do with veterans? I mean, I see everybody. I see most of the people have this. A few people have a thumbs down, and that's okay. Let's check and see.
Yes.
Oh, what about this? Do you think this is an example of a veteran?
Yeah.
The lady in the wheelchair?
I have no idea.
Can we do this? If you don't know, you can do a sideways thumb like this. Okay, let's check and see.
Yeah. Miss Cops.
So what do we know about veterans so far? It can be a,
Navy.
well, that too.
Marine. It could be
This
somebody.
look, what is her gender?
What is a gender?
A gender, there can only be two type of people, a person like Juan or a person like me. These are what?
Kid.
No, you're all kids.
He's a boy and I'm a girl. So we know that veterans can be either a girl or a boy. This is a teacher. What about her? Okay, y'all are right. No, that's not a veteran. We're saluting, remember? Okay. Yes, it was. Guys, there should be talking. I know it's kind of silly, but let's keep it down, Sarah. These are what? Who can tell me what these are? Who can tell me what these are? Shania, what are these? That's a graveyard, so there's people buried here.
Why do they have a flag with them?
Ava, why do you think?
Because they were a veteran.
Because they were a veteran, they were in the army or in
Look
the
at
army,
his
or they were
son.
not.
Look at his son. In the army.
Okay, so let's see if these are examples of veterans.
Yes. Hey guys.
So we know that they can be.
We're
Hey, we don't need all the extra conversation. I'll call on you if I need you to talk. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
We know that they can be two genders. They can be boys or girls. And then, so they can also be alive or they can be deceased. Let's use deceased, okay?
Mom, scissors.
Not just having me on your mouth.
Okay, y'all all think yes.
Yes.
But I want to tell you something about this. This is an example of all of the armed forces. Okay, we have he's the Air Force. I think he's the Army, the Navy, the Coast Guard, and one more.
Marine.
That's right. So anybody that serves in any type of armed force can be a veteran. They can be a boy or a girl, right? They can be alive or deceased, or they can be in any branch. Gracie, you have a question?
Sometimes if you see a flag by people that are deceased in the cemetery, those are veterans.
Yeah, that's right. You know, if they have a flag like that by their gravestone, then more than likely they're veterans. Okay. So this is the definition, right? Does somebody want to volunteer to read? You don't have to read this part in parentheses because we already talked about it. It says the U.S. Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, and Coast Guard. But what about the rest? Camden, do you want to read it?
Do I need to come up there or?
You can just read it from your...
Veterans are people who serve in the
Military. And then you can start right here.
In times of war or peace, these people can be alive or passed away.
Good job. So that is what a veteran is. Okay.
Yes, they passed.
Who have served in the
Good job.
military.
So now,
The time before.
let's see what's next.
My grandpa was in my.
Okay. Let me read this to y'all. Who do you know that is a veteran? Maybe it is your mother, father, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, grandfather, grandmother, cousin, neighbor, or teacher. You can be very proud of them. Many have given much to keep us safe. So do you know anybody, maybe in y'all's family, or maybe it's your friend that you know? Miss Shaw, do you know somebody? Your uncle? Do you know what branch of the military he was in? He's in the Air Force? Good, that's awesome. Juwan?
She's talking.
Your uncle is too? He's in the Navy? Good. Is he still in the Navy or is he out? He passed away. Okay, well he's a veteran then. Grayson? Your grandpa is? In the Marines?
Grandfather passed. He's the gun.
Oh, okay. That's neat. Camera names?
My neighbor and my grandpa.
Your neighbor and your grandpa?
I have two, my great grandfather and my grandpa. He was in the Air Force and I don't know which.
Okay. That's good. Trinity?
My uncle.
Your uncle? I'm going to call on everybody. And your grandpa? Okay. I'm going to call on everybody because I feel like it's important to recognize that they're veterans, okay? Jacob?
My grandfather, and he was in the USA Army and passed. He was deceased.
Okay. Lily?
My great-grandpa was in the war, and he is still alive now, and he has a hole in his heart from the day he got shot.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, he's a veteran then. He was in the war, so that's good. Grayson?
I think, I don't know, my great-great-great-grandfather was in the Marines, or I don't know if he was in the battle.
That's okay. He's still a veteran because it doesn't matter what branch they're from. Cameron, do you have something else?
My great-great-great-grandfather fought in the Civil War.
In the Civil War? Wow, that was a long time ago. I'm glad that you know that. Jacayla?
My great-great-great-grandfather, he was in the Army too, and he was deceased.
He's deceased too? Okay. Miss Munn?
My husband was a pilot in the Air Force.
Oh, he would
He's
play.
still alive.
Your uncle?
I don't know what. Still alive. I think.
Last one? Jaden?
My grandpa.
Your grandpa? Do you have one more, Ava?
I don't know which one he is, but it's my grandfather.
Okay. Good job. So y'all are pretty familiar with veterans and y'all have a lot in your family and friends. Alright, now we're going to learn about honoring our veterans. Everybody look up here. We're going to learn about how do we honor our veterans. We honor our veterans by celebrating Veterans Day. Does anyone know what Veterans Day is? Can you tell me what Veterans Day is? Do you think you know maybe? Or take a guess at it? It's okay if you're wrong.
Why do you think Veterans Day would be? Why would you celebrate Veterans Day, really? Think about it. Why would we celebrate Veterans Day? Who are we celebrating, really? Veterans?
We are. We're celebrating the people that fought for our country, right? Grayson, you want to get your
when because sometimes the veterans come back from the wars.
We celebrate when they come back. That's good. Jacob?
But we celebrate veterans so we can thank the wars for our country.
We can thank them for what they did. Don't you mean? Yeah. That's a good example. Okay, thank you. Y'all all have good examples, but we're going to look at a few pictures to figure out exactly what we do on Veterans Day. There's lots of different activities and things that we can do. So let's look at these, and again, you're going to salute if you think, oh, that's something we would do on Veterans Day.
Salute.
Salute. Or you're going to give a thumbs down and be like, no, we don't do that on Veterans Day.
I like this. You don't like this.
Kind of is sideways. If you don't know, if you're not sure. What does this look like? Raise your hand. What does all those people walking through the town look like? Trinity, what does it look like they're having?
They're having Veterans Day.
Veterans Day what?
Swarming.
Yeah, what do people have? Sometimes they're walking down the street and they throw out candy and stuff.
Free candy.
What do you think, Trinity? You know, like, look at they're walking down the streets of the town. Starts with a T.
What would it be?
I'm asking Trinity. Go ahead.
A Veterans Day parade.
A Veterans Day parade. So let's check and see. A lot of y'all thought that is, and yes, that's something that people do on Veterans Day. What about this? Michaela, really? Can y'all show me? You think it is or isn't?
Really, people cheer up and get up.
Michaela, put it away. Do you think this is or isn't an example?
Yes. No.
You don't know? Okay. Let's check and then I'll tell you. And this is like, listen, and I'm going to explain to you what this picture is. This is like these are Boy Scouts. It looks like maybe they're out of school. You see all the teachers standing around and all the students. It looks like they're having a special day where they raise the flag and everybody stands out there. Because you don't do this every day. You don't go out. You just sing it in your classroom, right? So maybe on this day for Veterans Day, to remember the veterans, they all went outside.
That's their school board.
This one just keeps scrolling, so you have to watch.
Let's watch. Let's sing. Unless it was
I see some salutes. I see some I'm not sure. Let's check and see.
No, you're like that.
What do you think this is? Cameron,
You're holding the flag.
what are they doing?
Day parade. Holding flag.
They're running. And I think, I'll tell you what I think. Look, they have all these numbers on and stuff.
It's a veterans run.
A veterans run. Good job. That's probably what it is. Maybe they have it at a fundraiser. Hey, listen. A lot of times when you run in runs like this, you have to pay to run. So maybe all of their money that they pay is going to like a veterans fund. So that's probably what they're doing. Oh yeah, just show me what you think. Look at this guy right here. He looks like a soldier.
Why is this? That's from Chicken and Nick. McDonald's.
Why do you think,
Waffle House.
listen, Rashad, why do you think this is an example of what you would do on Veterans Day?
Some boys and girls can be
What are they doing though? Look, this looks like bacon and eggs. What are they doing? Cameron? They're serving these veterans breakfast. And that's a way we can say thank you. Sometimes when I was little, at my school, we would have a Veterans Day lunch, and the veterans would come to the school and we would serve them breakfast to say thank you for their service.
They're all wearing the hats. Yeah, I have a question.
Question. Listen, because y'all may have this question too.
How does the USA,
No.
how does the USA Army go all to the Army to a school?
Well, these are people that, like normally when they're in the Army, sometimes they go to different countries or they'll be in different states. These veterans are people, like somebody said earlier, that they've come home. Their tour, the amount of time that they signed up for to be in the Army or the Navy is over. Like you can sign up for a year, and then when it's over, they become veterans.
I'm saying, like, how do they fly to there?
They fly.
Yeah.
They fly to wherever they're stationed.
They have their private jet. Awesome!
Is this what you would do on Veterans Day?
Christmas. Christmas.
Okay, so this is the definition for Veterans Day. Does somebody want to read it? Lanaya? Read the blue part.
Veterans Day is a national holiday.
It's kind of amazing where we
Remember who have lost
Good job. So this is saying any type of veteran, or on Veterans Day, it's a national holiday. So this means this is celebrated all in our nation. The whole United States back there, every state celebrates it.
Every state has. Even North America? Don't say that.
That is
Yeah.
America. It's part of America. Canada and all that's included, but it's United States.
So then this last part says, listen, we celebrate Veterans Day by having parades, feeding veterans breakfast and other meals, and by participating in other school-related activities in honor of our veterans. And Miss Lund was telling me next Monday, Friday, this Friday, we're going to have an assembly, and I think y'all are going to have some veterans, some real live veterans.
Different day programs.
They're going to come talk to y'all.
Yeah.
Now you know what a veteran is to do that, okay? Okay.
The animals
I have a question for y'all, and I want you to give me some ideas, okay? So, Veterans Day is all about saying thank you to our veterans and for the people in the military that have helped protect us and protect our country and fight for our rights, right? So what are some ways that we can tell them thank you here at school? When these people come to the program and talk to you, what's a way that we can say thank you to them? Camden?
If we're sitting like in the row behind them, we can go and like do that. And we do that, and we look over to them and we say thank you for letting us. Thank you for saving our lives.
There you go.
That's a great example. Just a simple thank you means a whole lot to them.
I don't know.
What could we do? What are some things that we could do? Do you have another one?
I don't know.
Ava, what's something we could do?
Sit nicely.
We could sit nicely. Well, I'm thinking of something, that's good, that's always good to do. Let's think of something else. Grayson?
We could bring them a present.
You could give them a present?
Ow.
Well, what, if you don't have money to buy a present, what's something else that you could do?
To give them a hug.
Give them a hug?
Thank
You could give them a what?
Thank you.
Kayla? A thank you card.
Oh, I
Thank
like that.
you.
That sounds like a really good example. Listen.
I got his name. You tell his name. What's your name?
Okay, I need one more, Nashad, okay?
You can feed him breakfast.
You can feed him breakfast. Okay, that's enough examples for right now, but look, this is what we're going to do. We are going to write them a thank you card, okay? And so, on this side is like a word bank of important words that you might want to include in your sentences, okay? There's words like remember, veterans, country, so you could say thank you for fighting for our country, and you won't have to ask me how to spell it. You won't have to ask me how to spell it because it's right here, okay? And there's all different kinds. There's uniform, fought, fight, flag, save. There's all different words, and you can just make up sentences using these words, okay? And I've titled it, and it's going to be called Thanks a Million. And then where it says bye, you're going to write your name right there. By your first and last
You're the
name.
author.
Okay? And then you're going to be the author of this thank you letter. And then I want you to fill up all these lines, okay? Because this is really short, and it's really important, and we want them to know how much we're thankful for them, okay?
Need a second sheet.
If you need a second sheet,
We
then
can do that
we
for
can
you.
get you another one. And then if you want to draw a little picture of a soldier, or you can draw whatever you want. A big thank you in this box, whatever you want to draw. And maybe we can actually give some of these things. Maybe we'll pick out the best ones.
So use your best writing.
So use your best writing and best drawing, and then on the program on Friday, we can cut this out and actually make the card. And whoever has the best ones can give them to the veterans, okay?
Wow, that's a cool deal.
So we're going to spend about 10 or 15 minutes doing this, okay? Write your name on the back. Write your name on the back and where it says right here, just in case we cut it in half, you'll still know, okay?
But it's not fair.
It is fair. Well, if we don't use it for a veteran, we'll still use it in some other way, okay?
What if I said really try to get on
Well, you just have to work hard. So, again, who can tell me what an example of a veteran is?
Yeah.
Who can tell me an example? Guys, now look up here. Trinity. Sit down. Everybody, look up here, please. Who can tell me an example of a veteran? Hamden?
Tell you what better I am.
Just one example, yeah. I'm just checking to make sure you remember it. It can be either, it can be any branch of the military, the Navy, the Army. It can be a, what gender? It can be, or, okay. It can be passed away, a boy or a girl, or they can be alive, okay? So that's a good job, okay? Now I just want you to spend a little bit of time working on these.
Don't forget to put the name of
Hey guys, write the letter first and then draw the picture, okay? Put your pen away.
your letter first, then
Then draw the picture. Drawing is
I
last.
was over there, sitting where it is, and that's it.
Do what?
Did you let me get? Can I get two sheets?
No, you may have one right there.
Just one. We gotta make sure, we may need to make some more copies.
No, don't put your nose, put back. Put your last name. Make sure you put your first and last name.
I'm gonna leave this one here for Mary, okay?
Remember, hold one street with your hand and lock it.
Do what?
This mine.
She can write it on
these too, like the small one.
If you need.
Right, they told us to write it on the top part because
You
No,
can write it.
we're, just write it in between. And then Thursday, this Thursday, guys, me and Lily Cox we're gonna do some more activities about veterans, okay? We're gonna do something fun about veterans on Thursday, so you need to remember as much as you can, okay? So we're gonna continue with a really neat activity on Thursday.
See, there's a word bank. You can use. Thank you for that word bank. That's great. Okay, let's look over that. Remember, veterans, country, military, protect, heroes, freedom, liberty, freedom,
Remember, you can use the word bank to help you come up with ideas.
Dear veteran, are you making it to? Are you going to write it to all of them or one? What would it be? If you're writing to one, would it be to answer?
Do you have a question? How we spell what?
Start the next one.
Save. That's saved. If you want to just thank you for what? What are you trying to say? Saving. So it would be S-A-V. And then you're going to take the ED off and put I-N-G. You could write, are you going to say dear who? Veterans?
I don't know.
I would say dear veterans. Because this could be to all veterans. It doesn't have to be just to one person specifically, okay? I would put dear veterans. You can just use whatever. You don't have to use these. These are just here to give you ideas and to help you know how to spell them. W-N. Oh, yeah.
It comes up because you keep doing it.
Save is just S-A-V-E,
So just leave it.
if that's what you're needing.
You're there.
I think I'm gonna cut them out
Yeah.
for them and then glue it onto a piece of construction paper.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Stars,
Yeah, or maybe you can use something or you like to do
you can color the picture. You're on a good track.
You can read your own writing, you'll see E and I and G are in
Thank you for fighting.
How do you spell brought?
Brought, B-R-O-U-G-H-T. What's your sentence? They brought something, is that what you mean?
Y'all did a good job, thank you. Keep working on it.